So with many other exhortations, John proclaimed the good news to the people. The gospel of the Lord. You may be seated, and I'd like to invite any children or people who would like to see a picture book that I will be showing on the iPad here.
Shalom. First, I'd like to begin by giving all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Makar Kodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders. Great words to the ruler, blessing salutation to the men pushing this word in all sincerity and in truth. This is a brother from James, Trinidad. It will edification to the spirit and power of Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. As you can see here right now, in the entitlement of this video, this video on the screen, it says Chicago Church holds drag queen parade hour for children. Right? And what is a drag queen? A drag queen is someone a male figure who dressed in women's uniform or clothing, or dress herself as a woman to go and track other men. Alright? So, the scriptures clearly speak against these kind of abominable acts, these kind of vile acts. But right now, currently, we see Esau pushing that vibration strong upon the younger one. Because once they push that on the younger one who's to rule the world today, nobody ain't gonna be able to speak against the that whole system they're gonna the pushing. You understand? Yeah, basically the same. Children is the future, so the ones who's supposed to lead tomorrow, once they push that agenda or that vibration within the young children as they grow along, they would think that being a drag queen or Momo is something normal, right? And they will pass down to their generation, right? And that is exactly how religion and the hedonistic customs will pass down to our people, generations to generation. So Esau knows exactly how to place cards, right? But concerning these drag queens, right? So with many other exhortations, John.
Brain.
Go back to your seats. Recess. Or maybe you feel emotion joy when I say.
And this is our church. This is our church. This is supposed to be a place of God. You understand? What scripture is that? Matthew 21 and 12 and 10, it says, and when he was coming to Jerusalem, and all the city moved, saying, who is this? And the multitude said, this is Yahweh Shai, the prophet of Nazareth of Galilee. Right? And the Muslims go around with this verse 11 and say he's a prophet. Right? But Yahweh Shai was no prophet. As a matter of fact, he was also a prophet because he prophesied the future. Right? But he wasn't a prophet to say that. He was a prophet like Ezekiel and these men. Right? He came to fulfill the prophecies. Anyway, it says he came to fulfill the prophecies of him. Right? Of the prophet of Nazareth of Galilee. Verse 12. And Yahushua went into the temples of God and cast out all them that sold and brought in the temple and bought in the temple, and overthrew the tables of the money chargers and the seats of them that sold doves, and said unto them, It is written, My house shall be called a house of prayer, but ye have made it into a den of thieves. And that is exactly what we see happening, because you actually brought something that the Lord hates under his roof. You understand? Under his roof. And the Lord, hey, you Edomites, and the ones who get that too. You understand? Change. See if I had that right. Let me see. Job 11:21, it says, No hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. Right? And the righteous ones will get delivered out of this wicked kingdom. You see? The ones who crying and sighing, the ones who sign and crying, they are the ones who will get saved. You understand? But see, this here, the Lord gonna destroy this wicked kingdom. It was spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. He said God the Lord did that dirt, or destroy the land of Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, this is the book of Jeremiah. That's a precept right down here. You know, this lesson really gonna be long. Jeremiah 14 and 11. Start from 10. It says, Thus saith Yahweh unto this people, they have loved to wander, they have not restrained their feet, therefore Yahweh will not accept them. He will not remember their iniquities and visit their sins. They're speaking about the nation of Israel, right? It says, Then said Yahweh unto me, Pray not for this people, for their good. When they fast, I will not hear their cry, and when they offer burnt offering and obligation, I will not accept them, but I will consume them by the sword, and by famine, and by pestilences, and by pestilence. That is exactly what we're going to see happen, right? Because yesterday, as we know, the BRICS nation have 80% of control of the oil in the world, right? The BRICS have 80% controls 80% of oil, right? So, the price of goods and services across the entire world will skyrocket, right? And if $55 is $1, right? A matter of fact, multiply 55 by 7, you will get 3 something. So 300 and something, $380, I believe. We gotta make $30 in order for us to compare $1 to them, right? $380 when you do the maths, I believe. We in Trinidad here will have to make in order to be a comparison of $1 if I say it the proper way. Right, same way how you multiply $7 by you multiply whatever by $7 for the US. You gotta multiply the 55 by 7, right? And that way you're gonna get the comparison there in order for us to reach their dollar. And that would be that math's gonna be like 3 something, right? So eventually, which we know might trigger off World War III or not, because the chip had to come first. But the America going on, or other countries will have to officially use a BRICS currency, which will be backed by gold. You understand? So we're seeing prophecies happening, we're seeing things happening, we're seeing stuff happening. The scriptures say, as you can see here, Russia, Putin says Trump's persecution shows US political system. Where does it have any news here? In the death toll soars amid deadly flood in Libya. You see this?
Not anticipate a disaster of this scale. Our next report tells you more.
Entire neighborhoods simply washed away. Torrents of water rushing through the streets. Collapsing buildings, submerging cars.
Hey, one country under fire and the next country under water. Right, this is the acts of Yahweh Hashem Yashai.
And killing at least 2,000 people, with about 6,000 missing. This devastation has befallen Libya, a North African country home to about 6 million people. A powerful storm has unleashed massive floods, which led to the collapse of 2 aging dams. This released a swollen, fast-moving river.
Dams collapsed in the south of Derna. It caused water to flow into Wadi Derna inside the city. 3 bridges collapsed completely and water spread inside the neighborhoods. There are entire neighborhoods that moved to the sea, including their residents.
Now floods are ripping through the eastern city of Derna. It is the worst hit, but several other cities have been affected as well, including Al-Baida, Al-Marj, Tobruk, Takinis, Beta and Benghazi. Several bridges have been destroyed. 3 collapsed completely. Entire residential areas have been erased. Buildings that once stood back from the river have now collapsed into the mud. Strong muddy currents are seen across cities carrying debris, vehicles, and trees. Many families are stuck under the rubble. Bodies can be seen lying around or floating in the waters. Phone lines in some cities, including Derna, are down, and this complicates search and rescue efforts. For starters, the authorities say they did not anticipate a disaster of this scale, so they were unprepared. Experts say they hadn't studied weather conditions well. They did not take stock of the seawater levels and wind speeds either. So evacuation measures weren't taken in time. Families in the path of the storm remained as they were, and they bore the brunt of the government's failings. As flooding grew more severe, people started being evacuated, but rescuers are unable to enter several regions. Teams are scrambling to find survivors. International aid is pouring in to help Libya. Turkey has said it will mobilize search personnel. The United Arab Emirates is also rushing aid and rescue teams.
Which is what? United Emirates is one of the BRICS nations. Right? So you know it's all moving. And Libya. Is Libya part of the BRICS? Is Libya part of the BRICS? And you Iran had applied while it is already known as Saudi Arabia. Afghanistan are interested along with Indonesia, which is expected to make formal application in June at the upcoming G20 summit. Who else? Nigeria. Anyway, but here we seen happening in these countries here, right? The book of Isaiah 29. And before I get into that, right? That toll soars amid deadly flood Libya, right? As it have the earthquake. Over 2,000 plus people die, right? So yeah, the Lord making his power and his judgment known, you know. Wait. I read the book of Isaiah 29 and 6. It says, "Thou shalt be visited of Yahweh of hosts, with thunder and with earthquakes and with great noise, with storms and tempests and flames, the devouring fire, right? And we've seen a lot of these earthquakes happening in Morocco. You know, as I say, kill a lot of people. So now we have Libya flood, you know, and the death toll will start to rise eventually. You know, so we seen the Lord Yahweh Shemir Shai year in and year out, bringing his judgment upon this wicked kingdom. Right, so as the scripture tells in the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, manner of person or ye to be, you know. I'll go through some of these news here, you know. So with that, I give all praises to Yahweh Shemir Shai, Bashem Makakolas, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, shalom to the hope for the elect.